So the other day we were at Macy's, which is apparently not just a parade company that makes those really big balloons that are honestly sometimes kind of creepy, and found some March of the Machine Jumpstart boosters for 62% off. So today we're going to crack them open and see just how wrecked we got. Today's show is brought to you by Foil Armor. Is your fancy new secret lair card shaped like a Pringle? Do you have problems with your foils curling? Well, Foil Armor is the ultimate solution for flattening your foils. It's a two-way humidity pack that you simply put inside an airtight container with your cards, and Foil Armor will absorb and release moisture, making your cards completely flat. Put a pack in your storage box to keep your cards flat forever. Head over to foilarmor.com today and use the code MTGGoldfish to get 15% off. Let's do some opening of these March of the Machines Jumpstart boxes. So these packs are kind of interesting. As you saw in the intro, they're originally $12.99, and you get two boosters because it's Jumpstart, so that as you open them and shuffle them together and play. Originally $12.99 and marked down to $4.93, so 62% off, which is cheaper than you can pick these up on TCG Player or whatever. Like super cheap. The thing is, there's not a huge amount of value in these. If you look at Jumpstart itself, Surrak and Goreclaw is literally the only card worth value, although it's worth mentioning each one of the Jumpstart packs, you get a random rare mythic from March of the Machines itself, and the Praetors are in there. There's some like good options in there, so it's possible to get value there, but most of these packs are going to be blank, so let's see what we get here. Brood. So there's our random rare, Brood Boonbringer Valkyrie. There is our, oh no, wait, okay, yeah, this is our random rare. Then we get our Jumpstart card, Essence of Orthodoxy, and then we get, we get a full art land, that's cool, and then we get a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't actually matter. There's literally, the first two cards are all that really matters. The rest of the cards, there's no value to be had. So our best bet's to hit this Brood again. Wait, what? All right, that's a little awkward. Open two themes and shuffle them together. I guess we're doomed to be mono. Hey, Nightmare and Avegos. That actually might have some value. That's a standard play. That might be worth it. Yeah, I'm actually curious. It looks like you get one full art land per pack, which is kind of a nice bonus. The rest of the pack should be exactly the same. Yeah, I didn't even know that Macy's sold Magic cards. I actually thought that Macy's was a parade company, but apparently they sell Magic cards too, and sometimes incredibly cheaply. Richard actually found these. Macy's out by him and picked them up and sent them to me. Well, box number 2, we got 15 of these, so 30 packs altogether. We really want to hit like a Sheoldred or an Elish Norn. Those are the biggest wins value-wise. What do we get here? Overachiever. Hey, Sword of Once and Future. That's a mythic. I mean, this sword never really took off, but it's still a sword. It's still, like, kind of iconic. And Jumpstart card, Interdisciplinary Mascot. So there's, I think, only 5 new rares, one for each color in Jumpstart itself. And the only one that actually has value is Surrak and Goreclaw. So if we get green as our color, then I think we get a Surrak and Goreclaw, which is worth like $7. Well, what do we get here? Reinforcements, red. City on Fire. I mean, I like that card in Commander. That is a card that I do play on occasion. Ortheon, Hero of Lava Brink, the red rare from Jumpstart. This one's worth like $2 or something. It's like almost worth enough to matter, but not quite. And then the rest is just a bunch of like janky commons and uncommons that no one plays. So far, I feel like we haven't run bad. So the highest value cards in March of the Machines, Sheoldred Fairy Mastermind around $17, Atali $16, Urbros $15, Tribute to the World Tree 11, Ozolith, the Shattered Spire 9, and then there's a few like $7, $8 cards, Vorinclex, Archangel Elspeth, Invasion of Tarkir, Invasion of Ikoria, Breach the Multiverse. So there is value here. The downside of Jumpstart, you're not going to get any foils. You're not getting any fancy versions. It's always going to be the base version of the set, which is probably part of why they're so cheap. Ooh, Expendables. Bloated Processor. The Phyrexian theme never really took off. Terror of Tawashi, one of the janky Jumpstart cards. Yeah, I honestly, I'm very curious. Have you ever found Magic at a place like Macy's? What's the weirdest place you found Magic packs at? Because I thought that I knew they did the parade. Like, I knew that about them. I didn't realize they sold Magic cards. I thought they were like a clothing store. Rampaging Raptor. Or in the, yeah, so if it's red, we're always going to get the same card. We need to get some green then. Like, the solution to our value problem is opening some green jumpstart packs, because then we know we're getting that $7 Sirach and Goreclaw. Also, my god, is there a lot of waste with these? Like, that is one downside of opening paper Magic. Like, you get this huge cardboard box that goes to waste, then you get the actual packaging that goes to waste. I wish there was a way that they could improve that. I feel like opening Magic in some ways feels kind of bad, because you're just throwing away so much. Oh, there it is. This should be a winner then. Sirach and Goreclaw. All right, there's our one jumpstart hit. So, more of those, please. And Doomscar Warrior. Played that in Standard a little bit. There was a time, I don't even really think it's worth, like, looking through. Actually, Kami of Whispered Hopes, we played that before, but it's not even really worth looking through the rest of the packs. We just know there's no value in the rest of the packs. Oh wait, we have another pack here. All right, more green. But what's the weirdest place you found Magic? Especially sealed Magic. I don't know how Nahiri's Warcrafting and Oryntheon. I don't know how they got into that. How did Macy's? What is Macy's? Who is Macy's? March of the Machines is that I like. It didn't end up doing as well as I guess I wish it would have. And I feel like they must have overprinted it, because man, can you get some discounts on March of the Machines now? super cheap. But Archpriest of the Shadows. But it's kind of cool to get like super cheap packs to open. 2 packs for $4.93 is about as cheap as it gets. What do we get behind pack number, I don't even know, 10 maybe? I think we have 15 of these all together, so it should be 30 boosters. 30 boosters. Let's get a black pack and get a Shieldred, red pack, and Voldiran Thrillseeker. Playable. I like Voldiran Thrillseeker. Oryntheon again, and all the jank. Well, next box. I wonder if Wizards has learned their lesson as far as overprinting stuff. Like, I wonder if we're gonna see huge sales on Outlaws of Thunder Junction, Murders at Karlov Manor. Murders at Karlov Manor probably, but Bloomburrow, Dustmourne. I wonder if it's like, is this set bad? Did they print too much of it? Like, why is there such a huge discount? Ooh, white, okay. And Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree. Cool card, Essence of Orthodoxy, and the jank. But yeah, I feel like maybe they have learned from this, and they won't print as much of future sets. I imagine they were hoping. Sirach and Goreclaw, ding ding ding, Doomscar Warrior. I wonder if you can get every rare in these. That I'm not actually. It says a random rare from or mythic from the set, so I assume that means you can literally get anything, even the good ones. But I don't know. It is restricted to colors, so I don't know if like the themes of the packs means it's like random from a pool of cards maybe that like work with the theme. But I don't know, like Realmbreaker is not a card that specifically works with the mono white aggro deck, and we got it in the mono white pack, so I guess as long as it's in the color it should work, or colorless. Transcendent Message and Mascot and a bunch of lands. I mean, we're gonna have basics for days. I guess that's something. Filling up the draft chaff box. Well, what do we get in this pack? Red and Bloodfeather Phoenix. Didn't quite make, man, there's a lot of cards from this set that I felt like they maybe had some chance to see play in Standard, and then they ended up not actually seeing play in Standard. I'm very curious if the value's worth it. Like, does the fact that the packs are so cheap make up for the fact that the cards in the set are also like relatively cheap? Ooh, green. All right, so that should be Sirach and Goreclaw. Number 3, we'll keep taking that. Glistening Dawn. This is another card. I thought Glistening Dawn could actually work, but it didn't actually make it in the long run. We're about halfway through, I think. Black. Okay, and Shieldred. Most valuable card in the set. Realmbreaker. All right, Realmbreaker, Terror, and the pile of draft chaff. I feel like we're probably losing money so far. The 3 Sirach and Goreclaws help. We'll see. We're about halfway through. We got to start running hotter, though. Next box, we get... So this is what, about $75 altogether? So we got to get $75 in value back for it to be worth it. Essence of Orthodoxy. Boonbringer. It's weird that... it's weird that sometimes the Jumpstart card is first and sometimes it's second. That is awkward. It's also awkward that they put Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree, into so many of these packs. It's like the third one. We're very good at opening Realmbreaker. Yeah, March of the Machines, I actually just did a break, sort of once in future. All right, they like the colorless cards. Interdisciplinary Mascot. I actually did a breakdown of the last Pro Tour, and I was curious if you looked at the top 8 decks at the Pro Tour, and looked at what sets the non-land cards in specific were from, because I was curious how bad Ether Drift flopped. And Ether Drift was not one of the more heavily played sets. It was near towards the bottom. But the worst, the least played sets of the Pro Tour in the top 8 were actually March of the Machines and Phyrexia. They were even worse than Ether Drift. Even worse than Murders at Carlisle Manor. They were way, like 1 or 2 cards in the entire top 8. So, yeah, these sets, they had more of an impact when they first launched, but now that it's been 3 years or almost, it started to fade a bit. Another Sorokin Glorclaw, and hey, that's a hit. Ozolith the Shattered Spire. That's one of our, like, $10 rares. Not bad, not bad. I mean, maybe 4 Surox, that's like $28. Ozolith, that's 9. Maybe we might actually come out ahead on this. It might just be that even though there's not a ton of value in this set, we just paid so little that it's, hey, another Knight Errant. Okay, good card. Even sees play outside of standard. But maybe we just paid low enough of a price that it's actually going to be worth it. Could you imagine if they're doing F&Ms at GameStop now? Could you imagine F&M at Macy's? We need a Macy's F&M with a parade. Voltaire and Thrill Seeker. But what does Macy's actually do outside of parading? Another Thrill Seeker, I guess, is not worth much, but I like that card. We play that card. Really good with Egg of the Soul Cauldron. Blue way. Hey, okay, that's a hit. Fairy Mastermind. Literally the, second most expensive card in the set. I think Shieldred is technically a few cents ahead, but Fairy Mastermind, one of the best hits. And I actually think we're going to come out ahead opening Jumpstart packs, which now has me kind of intrigued. Like, even though this was a huge discount, you can get these pretty cheap anywhere. Like, March the Machines Jumpstart is not a very valuable set. I think you can buy booster boxes for $70 or something. So maybe these are worth opening. Or are these like plus EV just because they're so incredibly cheap? I'm almost feeling like we're going to come out ahead. So many. Well, if you want to start at once in futures or Realmbreaker the Invasion Tree, this is the product for you. My God. I think the colorless cards must have a higher than average odds of showing up because they can show up in any color and there's not a ton of them. I'm imagining that's what's happening. Well, this should be a Sorokin Glorclaw. Yup, number 5? And lots of Doomscar Warriors. They do like giving us Doomscar Warriors. Look at this wonderful card organization. Killing it. 3 more packs to go. 6 boosters. 6 more boosters. What do they contain? I actually think this might be worth it now, as insane as that sounds. Who would have thought the opening March of the Machines Jumpstart could be profitable? Brood, Boonbringer Valkyrie. You do see the same cards often. Like, it feels like Boonbringer Valkyrie must have, like, higher than average odds of showing up in white. We get that one a lot in white. Very interesting. I wonder how the distribution on these actually works. Brood again. Also a lot of double whites. Hey, Sunfall. Okay, I mean, that's a hit. That's a really good card. I hate this card. I wish it didn't exist. I'm tempted to rip it in half as we speak, but value-wise, better than another Boonbringer Valkyrie, that's for sure. Very standard playable, and I feel like Sunfall could see more commander play. Exiling everything is just, it's an inherently powerful effect. All right, two more oh no, I didn't get the second pack out of that one. There is an incredible pile of waste with these, my goodness. All right, well, 4 more boosters. I want that Shieldred. Can we get the Shieldred? One time. Green, well, that's a Sorokin Glorclaw, and an Ozolith. I mean, really, if you get Sorokin Glorclaw and Ozolith, this is like a $2.50 pack. We're getting like almost $20 worth of cards. It does not take that many of those to make the opening worth it. Like, man, maybe Jumpstart is the life hack to making money off opening Magic at the moment. I was very skeptical, but now I think we're actually going to profit on these. And this is not like spoiler season prices or whatever. This is like, this set's been out for 3 years, so the prices are what they are. Sort of ones in future. Interdisciplinary mascot, bunch of lands. Well, 1 more box. So we would like the Shieldred, another Fairy Mastermind. I want to see black and blue. Those are the colors, or just green for Sorokin Glorclaw. We won't complain about opening more Sorokin Glorclaws. Well, let's see what we get in our penultimate pack. Green. Well, it's a Sorokin Glorclaw, and okay. Well, we'll take it. I mean, that's again another like almost $20 pack for $2.50. I'm actually loving these green packs. All right, I guess let's just get green one more time. Get another Ozolith and Surok. Red. Oh, I feel like red's about the worst. Well, okay. Chandra Hope's Beacon. I guess that shows that you can get even the flashiest mythics from the set out of this product in Orthinion. Well, I gotta say, that felt way better than I thought. Honestly, when I saw March of the Machines Jumpstart, I figured we were going to get wrecked. Because if you look at the Jumpstart card list, there is just, it's really Soraka and Glorclaw, and that's it. And then the rest of March of the Machines, yeah, there's some good stuff, but not a ton. But it turns out, you open a bunch of these, you get a lot of Soraka and Glorclaws. Apparently, Ozolith shows up a lot in the green packs. And we got some nice hits like a Fairy Mastermind. So I'm going to say, I haven't mathed this out yet. You probably know because I put the numbers up. But I actually think we probably came out ahead on this one, as weird as that sounds. But I'm going to add it up. I'll be right back with the wrap up. All right, future set theory. You can tell by the lack of the hat and the pavement shirt. Actually, everything's just different in the future. To wrap up our March of the Machines Jumpstart opening, and that went shockingly well. Heading into this, I was kind of skeptical that it was actually going to be a very good opening, just because March of the Machines Jumpstart is a really low value set. But it turns out if you pay a little enough amount of money for your booster packs, it kind of doesn't matter how good or bad that set is value-wise. So we paid $75 for 30 boosters, under $250 a pack, and we ended up getting around $130 of value out of those boosters, which is actually amazing. We came pretty close to doubling up our money, and that means we can send these cards off to Card Conduit, pay our 10% service fee, gonna be like $13 or whatever, get buy list prices, and still come out ahead on this, which is exactly where you want to be. And it's even a little bit better than that, because I didn't include Cameo Whispered Hopes in the prices, but as I was doing the prices afterwards, I realized that Cameo Whispered Hopes is actually like almost a $3 uncommon, and even buy list for like $1.50, maybe $2 if you get lucky, and you get one of those in every single one of the green Jumpstart packs. So we actually have 7 of these camis that are like another $2 a piece, so that's like another $14 on top of this. So I think we ended up doubling our money essentially on these booster packs. The bad news here is I'm not sure how replicatable this is. I looked up Jumpstart boosters, and I thought at first maybe we found like an infinite money hack, but it turns out that we just got a super good price, because a Jumpstart March of the Machines booster box right now is around $70 for 18 packs. So you gotta pay like over $4 a pack, which if we paid $4 a pack, we would have like basically broke even. So really, all of our profit from this just came from the fact that we paid a tiny amount of money for these boosters. So I think the lesson is, look for magic in non-traditional places. A store like Macy's, which isn't really a magic store. Honestly, I didn't even know it sold magic at all. But a store like that isn't primarily a game store, I think they're apt to be like, okay, we got this old product, we just need to get rid of it. We're just going to mark it down a huge amount, get it out the door. And Richard actually said, when he found these packs at Macy's, he went and talked to him and was like, do you have any other magic that you're trying to get rid of? And they said they didn't, but they actually had a bunch of Lord of the Rings that they wanted to dump as well. But they had already put it out and someone just scarped up the whole thing. So it seems possible to find booster packs that aren't just March of the Machine Jumpstart, but could you imagine finding like a bunch of Lord of the Rings packs at 62% off? It seems like that's something that can actually happen at Macy's. So I guess if you got a Macy's near you, it might be worth checking out, because if you can find packs at this big of a discount, it almost doesn't even matter what the packs are. It's going to work out in the end. Anyway, that's March of the Machines Jumpstart. That's our opening for today. A surprisingly good one. Of course, reminders on the way out the door. If you need to sell some cards, head over to cardconduit.com. And if you need to buy some cards, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/FTDGoldfish. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back soon with another one. Until then, have a spectacular day, and I will talk to you soon. Looking for even more magic? Well, check out our Ether Rift opening here, or maybe the one where I bought a collection from someone who slid into my DMs.